Hello and welcome back to the channel, welcome back to the RDA. I know I have been gone for a very long time, but honestly, it was out of my hands. I know I missed the preview, I know I missed the match reaction, I did watch the game, just a quick thing on that. Thank you Ronaldo for saving us. Other than that, it was a little bit shocking, a little bit very worrying, and I'm glad the World Cup is around the corner. But I wouldn't say really missed because I'm going to discuss it in this video, but I did miss the early quotes from Cristiano Ronaldo's interview with Piers Morgan. Now, I believe Piers did say that Ronaldo asked him to do it. It wasn't like Piers asked Ronaldo to do this interview. He said Ronaldo has been feeling like all of this stuff over time at United recently, and he just had to say some things. So happy days. And like I said, before we get into it, lots of people might disagree. This is definitely a big fan base splitter at United at the moment. Many people will side with Ronaldo. Many people will side with the club and the manager, I guess, because he did have a negative quote about Ten Hag and Ralph. So that's just the reality of the situation. Now, when I look at it, everyone knows, and maybe some of you may not know, some of you new viewers, I'm a big Ronaldo fan. He is a very big part. In fact, I'll go to the extent to say, the reason why I started supporting Manchester United growing up. He was the entertainer for me. He's like my hero. I watched him. Fantastic player, went to go do great things, and I just fell in love with United naturally like that, even after he left. Heck, to this, of course I love Manchester United. But when I think about it now, when I see people say side with the club and back the manager, to me it's basically saying you're gonna be siding. Yes, I know it's Manchester United, and we love that badge, we love that name, that is our club. But for me, it is siding with the Glazers. I'm not gonna lie to you, it really is. You basically gonna be saying, let's side with the Glazers, because that's who runs the football club. That's who runs our club, the Glazers. And I do like Ten Hag, but ultimately I just treat him as if he's a normal person who hasn't done anything for United yet. Of course, he needs to be given the time. I really wish we had a board to back him. He was the manager I wanted, and I think he probably, in that situation, he could do what needs to be done to hopefully get us back to where we want to be. But ultimately, even then, you think, yes, Ten Hag, you can back him, whatever, but ultimately when he needs those players, or he needs this, or he needs that, and the board is the only one who can provide it, they won't. And I think, personally, I would take this Ronaldo situation for ammunition to get the Glazers out. This is probably the greatest thing we could get to get the Glazers out. Piers also said today, listen, United fans are asking him about, did Ronaldo actually mention the word Glazers in the interview? He does. He said it will be coming out later on. It's going to be a 2-part interview, 90 minutes long of an interview, and we've probably only got like 5 minutes of content just from reading quotes directly, other than thinking about the quotes. It's just straight out reading quotes. So there's a lot of things still missing. But we're going to try to get into it. I'm going to read some of the quotes from on Twitter. I don't know if I'll cover them all, because they really could be a lot more. Even if I do cover some, it might just be a shorter one. Could have been an extension. You can go find it all over Twitter, but let's see which ones we can cover today. But I'm going to say right now, right here, because I don't want to waste any of you guys' time, I am going to side with Ronaldo on this one. Like I said, for me, I'd be backing the wrong horse here. I'd be using this personally as ammunition for the Glazers, and I think that's just the way I see it. Yes, some of us may not like the Ten Hag situation, but in my own opinion, the only way I can make it easier to myself is saying that I just treat Ten Hag as a normal person. He hasn't done anything. He hasn't really been given the opportunity to do anything yet. He definitely hasn't, but he hasn't done anything for United. Ronaldo's got lots of weight on his plate. He does have a lot of things in the bag still left here, so naturally I will be a little bit biased towards him. I'm just thought I'd give you a heads up. No one's perfect, especially not me, so I thought I'd just give a heads up on that. Let's start with the quotes. So Cristiano Ronaldo tells Piers Morgan, Manchester United have betrayed me. I've been made a black sheep. I don't respect Eric Ten Hag. Now that's the first quote that instantly probably decided to split the fan base, and this was like, I side with Ten Hag, no player bigger than the club, Manchester United all the way. Then you have the Ronaldo fanboys. I'm a Ronaldo fanboy, don't get me wrong. You have the Ronaldo fanboy, you side with Ronaldo. You say Yes, but this is the greatest player of all time. He's definitely bigger than Manchester United, even though you guys might not think that. I'm just speaking from that point of view. He knows how to win. You guys haven't done that. He's literally saying what most of you fans complain week in, week out indirectly. He's giving you the ammunition. He's saying the club's not going well enough. It's not on the right path. Facilities are lacking. You can't buy the right players. The vision of the club is flawed. They haven't been successful since for Sir Alex Ferguson, and they won't change. That's just the reality, and that's how people side. So lots of like let's just say LUHGs, Love United, hate Glazers, will probably side with Ronaldo. A lot of Ronaldo fanboys. He's got big fanboys. He'll side with Ronaldo, and then certain United fans will side with Ten Hag and the club naturally. That's just how it is. That's why it's split at the moment. But about the respect thing with Ten Hag, if I try to look at it from both ways, well, actually, it's only one way this time because it's a Ronaldo interview. If I look at it from Ronaldo interview, like he said in a few quotes later, he said, I couldn't come to preseason because his baby girl was sick and was very, very ill. And that when he spoke to higher ups in the club and club officials, they didn't want to believe him. Now, I don't know if Ten Hag has a part to play in it. I would really hope he doesn't, and I don't think he does. We don't know the full story, like I said. But whoever thought Ronaldo would lie about something like that, that is a bit hectic, That is very bit hectic. So if that was the reason for him missing preseason and things like that, I know people will say he was looking for the move, but he doesn't have to look for a move. His agent George Mendes can look for a move while he deals with the personal issues. And we did know. Remember, preseason come, we did hear that Ronaldo was going through some personal matters. And if that was the reason, and nobody wanted to believe him, that is disrespectful, I feel. Why would you lie about something like that, Why would you lie about that? Ronaldo has no reason to lie about something like that, So I side with Ronaldo on that. If that's the reason, you come back from preseason, that was the case. And I know it probably was the case because Ronaldo was at a game, legit. The what? Was it the first game after his baby boy died? He was there. He was committed, So I think that could really be the reality of the situation. So who knows? Maybe that's where it comes from. Obviously, then when he comes back to the team, Ten Hag doesn't play him, might not think he's good enough, and that's fine. That's fine. Ten Hag has the right to do that. He's the manager. He can do as he pleases when it comes to those things. But I think that's just where the disrespect comes in. I'm just trying to justify. I apologize if I don't make myself as clear as I would like to in my head. It is a touchy one to digress this whole situation. He then said on Ten Hag, I don't have respect for Ten Hag because he doesn't show respect for me. If you don't have respect for me, I'll never have any for you. Just basically expanding. And he said, I feel betrayed. He was then took shots at Ralph Ragnick. I did like Ralph Ragnick. Everyone knows also I did like Ralph Ragnick. He said, if you're not a coach, how are you going to be the boss of Man United? I've never even heard of him. Fair enough. He's got a point. He does have a point, Ronaldo. How can you get the respect? We always say that in the shows, maybe just about not respecting her. That just shows a bad bunch of players, It really is. Ronaldo included, but out of everyone in that club, Ronaldo is probably the only one, well, not only one, but he's probably one of the big ones who's justified to have an opinion like that, given his success in the past. He was then said, nothing has changed since Sir Alex left. When I decided to return to Manchester United, I followed my heart. Sir Alex Ferguson said to me, it's impossible for you to come to Manchester City, and I said, okay, boss. It was that situation. And that's not a lie, right? At least 80% of United fans, the day he got linked with City, we were all shitting it. We were like, don't do it, Ronaldo. Why would you do it? You're a legend of the club. Don't do it like this. And Ronaldo was probably getting told by Mendes or whatever, listen, we know you love United. He says it all the time. He loves the club. He loves the fans. He knows he's been backed by them. And whatever the situation is, so be it, so be it. But he says he does love, in every few quotes he does say, reiterate his love for the fans and the club. But going back to that, about the City thing. Mendes, whoever it is outside his life, will probably like, Ronaldo, you're at this age, you can't just carry a team by yourself. City are one of the best teams in the world right now. You could go there, you bag your goals every season, top goal scorer, you win trophies 100% every season, you'll be fine. But he chose to come to Manchester United. And we're all very happy. 80% of us are probably losing our minds. Greatest signing of all time, still again, the second time. I'll stand by it. I will stand by it. I was very happy, and I don't have any regrets bringing Cristiano to this club, because ultimately it was going to end in two ways. One, we're going to be successful, Ronaldo in the team. Or two, the reality was going to bite. things were gonna be hit. Shit was gonna hit the fan. He was gonna expose it because he's just that type of person, and he can't stand being frustrated without winning. And he was gonna expose the club, and this is what he's done now. This is what he's done. Then he did say, as Picasso said, you have to destroy it to rebuild it, and if they want to start with me, for me, it's not a problem. A club of this size should be on top, but this is not the case. There's no excuses. There we go. Again, highlighting the fact that saying, listen, if Ten Hag doesn't want me in this team or whatever, because I'm not good enough, you can start with me. Do it. Do it. But this team should be at the top, and it's not. You can't attract new players, don't have facilities, you're so far off the likes of Liverpool. I believe he says Liverpool, City, and even now Arsenal. I believe that's what he said. It's just not the case. It's just not the reality, and I like that from him. It's just exposing everything we know. It's just he's the only player in that United dressing room for a fact that will call it out. No other Man United would call it out. No other Man United player would ever call it out. Ronaldo says, I love Man United. I love the fans. They're always on my side. But if Manchester United want to do it different, they have to change many things. Many things. Yeah, the progress has been zero since Alex Ferguson left the club. 100% right. We've had very little success here and there. Even I think at the current situation, at best, Ten Hag could pull off is winning trophies like Europa League, Carabao Cup, or an FA Cup. But he'd never win a Premier League or Champions League under the Glazers. It'll never happen. It just won't. If he did, it would be God-given talent. But that's just not realistic. It's just not realistic to think that. He then went on to say, Ronaldo and United, nothing has changed since I left. The pool, the jacuzzi, the gym, basically saying the facilities. Even the chefs, who I appreciate, lovely people. I thought I'd see new technology, infrastructure. I saw things when I was 20, basically saying the club hasn't moved forward. And it hasn't. We know this as United fans. We know this. This is very much the reality. We haven't moved forward as a football club. You look at City's facilities. You look at people like Newcastle, what they'll do in the future's facilities. Even Everton. They're all moving forward. They're all advancing. United are not. We're just stagnating, and it's not good. He said, I want the best for Manchester United. This is why I come. But you have to... you have some things inside the club that don't help reach the top level, as Man City, Liverpool, and even now Arsenal. I did say that previously before we read that. Manchester United statement, the club will, and this is the statement from Manchester United, the club will consider response to Ronaldo interview after full facts have been established. I think that's just basically saying we'll wait like everyone else to see what happens. Like I said, there's going to be a 90-minute video full interview, I believe split in 2 parts on Piers Morgan, uncensored. I hope I got that right. And like I said, Piers Morgan, yes, definitely wouldn't agree with him, but 99% of things for sure. But I will back him when it came to the Ronaldo situation. I know he's definitely a Ronaldo fanboy himself, but he's done well on this. He has done well on this, to be fair to him. He said, and then United, just to read the United statement again, our focus remains for preparing for the second half of the season and continuing the belief, togetherness being built among players, managers, staff, and fans. And then Fabrizio just pinned a tweet, United tried to force me out, not only the manager, he did say it, so Ronaldo did say, Man United tried to force me out, not only the manager, but the other guys who are around the club. I felt betrayed. I feel that some people didn't want me in Manchester United, not only this year, but last year too. And that's very interesting. It is very interesting. I wonder who he's talking about. I wonder who those officials are. He also then made a Rooney comment. This wasn't on Fabrizio's thing, but he was basically saying he doesn't realize why Rooney criticizes him so much. Maybe it's because he's still playing and Rooney is not. Can he say that Rooney doesn't look as good? Yes, I know it's a little bit of a childish dig there, but again, I love Wayne Rooney. No problems with him. One of my all-time favorite United players. But there definitely is some jealousy between Wayne Rooney and Cristiano Ronaldo, for sure. I'm just going to go on the United report quick to see if there's any quotes I have missed from the interview, because there's plenty. You guys can probably find many. Let's see. There's supposedly United are trying to take legal advice before responding to Ronaldo's interview. The United statement, we read that. Let's see. Piers Morgan, so here's some quotes from Piers Morgan on the interview. He says, sometimes the truth hurts. The World Cup is about to start. It gives him a month away from United, and it gives him time for what he said to settle in. He can come back and resolve things. And supposedly Piers Morgan did tell him that, well, Ronaldo did tell Piers Morgan that he doesn't think he's just going to leave Manchester United. I can pretty much say right now we're in a very weird situation where even if United didn't terminate his contract, I'd be surprised. Heck, I wouldn't want it to happen, but I'd be surprised. At best, in a fairy tale world, we get Ronaldo back, the Glazers are gone, they sort out the differences between Ten Hag and Ronaldo, we move on. Heck, even if Ronaldo goes and the Glazers goes, it's a dub in my book, because then ultimately we've gotten what we've always wanted to achieve, and probably the most important thing to achieve at United in this current moment, so but that's not going to happen. I don't know if things are going to get resolved. I think ultimately, if I'm honest with you, Ronaldo will be made the villain. He will get kicked out the club. We will be stuck with the Glazers. This club will go nowhere. And we'll always look back on Ronaldo and be like, he was always right. He was always right. And I'll bully Versace outside Old Trafford for it. He said, Piers then said, Ronaldo feels like he has to speak out. He knows it'll be incendiary. It will rattle some changes. But he also feels that he should be doing this. He knows people will criticize him, but he also knows what he's saying is true. And that he owes it to the fans to know the truth. Cristiano asked me to do it, the interview, simple as that. I did say that, so we don't have to read that. Let's see, anything else here? Ten Hag, no, this team. Picasso quote we read. Oh yeah, Ronaldo, this is the part where he said, I think the fans should know the truth. I want the best for the club. This is why I come to United. We spoke about the Ferguson one. The Rooney one says, I'm not going to say that I'm looking better than him, which is true. There's the childish thing to Rooney. He then also said, I don't know why he criticizes me so badly, probably because he's finished his career. We spoke about that. We spoke about the Rolf one. We spoke about Ten Hag's respect. We spoke about people trying to force him out the club. We spoke about his baby girl getting ill during preseason. Yeah, and I think that's pretty much it. A lot of stuff. Might have missed some few things here and there, but you can always go find it on Twitter and give me your own opinions. Like I said, it's very splitting at the moment. It's very touchy because, like I said, if you're just a United fan, you're not going to care. You support United, but if you're a Ronaldo fanboy, you side with Ronaldo. But if we're in a situation where you love United, you want what's best for United. You love Ronaldo. He's a legend of the club. It's that's a bit touchy. If you love United, hate Glazers, you probably side with Ronaldo. Use this as ammunition, which is probably what I would do. I'm a Ronaldo fanboy for sure, for a fact. I am a Ronaldo fanboy. I put my hands up. I do love United, but I hate the Glazers, and that's why I can't side with the club. Ultimately, I think logically, I can. That's the only way I can think about it. If I side with the club, I'm basically kicking out my favorite player, which is probably, logically speaking, if you're a serious club, winning trophies is the right thing to do. But we're not that. So we're kicking out our best player, who just exposed everything about this club, which is true. Things that we have been saying, and there's going to be more. And I'm stuck with Ten Hag, who I like, but hasn't proven anything. And the Glazers are going nowhere, and we're just going to get stuck in either a stagnant position where it goes a little bit better and very much worse and not do anything. And I think that's the reality situation. That's why I side with Cristiano. I think I might be in the minority other than the Ronaldo fanboys, but we don't count them because, some of them are just Ronaldo fanboys, not United fans. But I do side with Ronaldo. Yeah, I'm a United fan. And I side with Cristiano Ronaldo. I don't know how many of those are there. But if you are one of them, do let me know. I think it's a very touchy subject. I'm willing to listen to all opinions. So do let me know in the comments down below. Do smash a like on the video. Do subscribe if you are new. Like I said, I apologize, but I had no power for so many days. There's going to be so many quotes before the World Cup even starts. Like I said, the whole interview, it's going to be so much to digress. How you take this, I'm not going to tell you. I've said my play. Love Ronaldo. Greatest player to ever live, in my opinion as well. Legend of United, even more of a legend now. Exposed the club, has vented his frustrations. It's almost like if that was me, I would expose all of this and he'd be the only one who have the balls to do it. Nobody else is going to do it. And I think we're going to focus on the wrong things when it comes to the Ten Hag comments, the Rooney comments, which is like, what? Honestly, it's a very small thing in the grander scheme of trying to get the Glazers out for Manchester United so we can move forward. But it is what it is. You guys let me know. You guys let me know what you think. There's going to be so many opinions on this. So many opinions. I've spoken 20 minutes about this. But very important subject. Very important. But I shall see you all very soon. Enjoy your day. Smash a like I said, do subscribe. I shall see you all very soon. Goodbye.